I just realized, remember how I said my first team looked edible? This team actually does look edible. You got duck, you got a pineapple, dragon meat if this was like some kind of fantasy, anime, or light novel. We have the oven. And then we got like metal things, which probably don't taste good. Especially the Coffagrigus. I don't think you would ever eat a ghost or a coffin. Would you? Hey everyone, James Baek here. Welcome back to another episode of VGC 2020 Back to Battles. I did not mean to click find an opponent, but we do. We got Ranae actually, huh? Which is a player from Latam. He has made day 2 at the World Championship every single year. He made top 8 at the World Championship back in 2017. And yeah, all right. I'll postpone the question for the day until after this battle, it looks like. But yeah, we got interesting team. You got the Excadrill, you got the Sylveon, NDD, Alucha, Phalanx, and the Rotom Mars. So interesting. You got obviously the Psychic State probably going to be in the Hawlucha. You got the NDD with the Follow Me support. You got hard hitters in Sylveon and Excadrill, and you got the Rotom Wash and Phalanx. So it's going to be interesting. My matchup's not really that good against the Hawlucha. I don't think it is. I do really like the Durant plus Rotom Heat combination, I think, against my opponent, though. I think it's really good against my opponent. And then I'm thinking it's going to be like Coffagrigus plus Ludicolo in the back. I don't like Pelipper in this game at all. I mean, Pelipper can scald the Excadrill, and it can go for like Hurricane into the Phalanx. It won't really be doing much against the Hawlucha though. But I like Ludicolo for hitting the Rotom Wash, which is pretty big. So we'll see how this goes. This is definitely an interesting matchup and definitely an interesting team from Ranae. So let's see how this is going to go. So, yep. If you do want to check out Ranae, I'll leave his Twitter in the description down below. But let's get started and play some games. I think Ranae was like trying to make content at the time. So I don't know if he is. But if he is, I'll let you know what he's doing down below in the description as well. So we're going to see the NDD Hawlucha lead against my Durant and my Rotom. Psychic Seed is going to activate. I do want to go for the Max Steel Spike. And I am going to Volt Switch, I think. Yeah. I think Volt Switch is optimal. I don't know what kind of NDD this is. I do want to double the Hawlucha slot because I don't know. Like, me and Ranae played at multiple times in tournament. And there's definitely always that potential for, like, my opponent predicting me to double up the NDD slot, protect the NDD, and Hawlucha setting up. So, don't want that situation. I'm going to force him to follow me or lose the Hawlucha. So, we're going to see Dynamax come up for my opponent right away. So, Ranae looks like it's going to try to set up with the Hawlucha. It doesn't get Fire Punch, right? Well, let's hope not. We're going to see... Oh, and brings back memories of VGC 2019 Back to Battles. The first team was the Hawlucha team. We're going to see the Dynamax from my Durant here. And we'll see what my opponent does. It could be Helping Hand. My opponent might try to Helping Hand, try and knock out the Durant. I don't think it knocks out Durant, but we'll see. Because knocking out Durant would actually be kind of problematic for me. So let's see. Because that Durant's HP stat's pretty low. It has a pretty low base HP stat. It is just Follow Me, which is fine. And Max Knuckle or Airstream? Probably Knuckle into the Durant. Oh, and a Rotom? I was thinking of going hard Coffagrigus immediately, so that kind of stinks because I would have had so much momentum here. But that's fine. I'm gonna get a Max Steel Spike into the NDD, which is pretty good. Almost knock it out actually, which is kind of nice. It's a Focus Sash NDD. Okay, so the X Control can't be Focus Sash, which is good to know. And all right, that's fine. We'll go for the Volt Switch to knock out the NDD. I wonder if Renee's like trying to focus on setting up the Phalanx for the for this position. I'm definitely gonna go Coffagrigus because I forced him to probably target down the Coffagrigus, not wanting to get Trick Room up. Because if I get Trick Room up, it's very bad for him. We'll see what comes out though. We'll bring out the Coffagrigus, and we'll see what Ranae decides to bring out. Durant is still healthy and at +1 defense, so we can take a hit from the Hawlucha, assuming it's not a fire type attack. We should be able to knock out anything that Ranae could really bring out. The Rotom, we're fine against. It is going to be the Rotom Wash coming out. Okay. Which is fine. I'm going to go for the Max Steel Spike. Or I could go for Max Flutterby and try and knock out the Rotom. But I have Ludicolo for the Rotom specifically, so I think it's just better to go for the Trick Room anyway. Because I think he would Max Airstream the Cofagria slot anyway. And try to burn me, I think. We are going to see the Max Airstrike. It's actually going to target the Durant, which is fine. That did no types of damage. What? Why'd that do nothing? Is this a bulky Hawlucha? It's a fast Rotom. Hydro Pump. That's choice specs. Doesn't knock out my Durant. My Durant actually living with 4 HP. Getting a Max Steel Spike. Good damage to the Hawlucha. We are going to be able to raise our defense with the Cofagrias before we faint to our Life Orb. And we will get Trick Room up. So, you know what's funny? This Cofagrias was meant to counter Trick Room. But I feel like we've been using it more to actually set up the Trick Room. Please tell me it's not me this time. Actually, no. It would have kicked me out. It would have kicked me out already, right? Yeah. Okay. So Ranae either DC'd or Rage Quit. Renee's a really nice guy, so it might have been an actual DC, but I can't really tell. I think we would have won that game regardless because, like, choice specs on the Rotom Wash. Maybe it was a different Ranae. Like, I don't really know anyone who uses Ranae. Maybe it was a different Ranae. I don't know. It might not have been the Ranae I was thinking about. I have no clue. But we are able to pick up a win, which is really nice. I think we would have won regardless because it was choice specs Rotom. I sent in Ludicolo. I get to click Nightshade into... Oh, wait. I don't have Nightshade. I have Body Press, right? I mean, I just Ice Beam the Hawlucha slot and it can't do anything. And then I just like Body Press the... Rotom, or I go for a Shadow on the Rotom. It just can't do any damage. And yeah, Ludicolo I think would have won the end game regardless. So yeah, because Ranae, he didn't have any good tools to really beat down the Ludicolo after Trick Room getting up. So we got Senpai, like the name. Let's see, interesting team. We got the Tyranitar, Excadrill, Durant, the Dragapult, Scrafty, and Alcremie. So this is an interesting team for sure. I definitely want to go the Durant plus Hydreigon lead, actually, I think. Because I think it's actually very solid against my opponent's team overall. Yeah, I do like that option. I think I'm going to bring the Pelipper Ludicolo mode in the back. I've learned my lesson. I'm not losing the Sand or Dragapult stuff without going Durant. I do want to scout out for the Dragapult if it does have a fire move, because that is very scary to potentially handle. So I'm going to lead my Hydreigon because it will force the Dynamax from the Dragapult if that is going to be the case. But let's see here. Dragapult is just such a scary Pokemon in general. Even though I have a choice card for Hydreigon, it's not exactly the most efficient way of dealing with Dragapult, especially with like the ability to Dynamax, which is something that's very scary. We're going to see the Rowdon and Alcremie, okay, against my Hydreigon and my Durant. So this is actually a pretty good lead here because what I could do is just go for the Max Quake, and I think it would knock out Alcremie because I think Alcremie is just super frail in general. And I can U-turn out to Alcremie to break a Sash. What I'm doing here is trying to boost my Spadef here, which I think would be super solid. Because Durant really isn't doing too much, unless it Dynamaxes, of course. But I'm not sure if it would live Max Quake from the Durant here. We'll find out, I guess. I don't want to activate a weakness policy, and I don't want to double up the Durant in case like the Alcremie has Dazzling Gleam and it just goes for it in Durant, let's say goes for Protect if it is like a weakness policy set, for instance. So I want to avoid the worst case scenario, I think, which would be like something to do with the Alcremie. So we're going to see the Dynamax come out from my opponent. It is going to be the Durant here, which is fine. I'm not really like too worried about it right now because I'm going to get a Spadef boost with my both my Pokemon. And I'm guessing it's going to be like Max Dragon into my Hydreigon since I think it covers a lot of play. So, let's see. Okay, no Protect here. Get a U-turn off. Chip. And we get to go my Ludicolo here. I don't go Pelipper because like the Tyranitar is a threat. So we'll bring out the Ludicolo. Because after a Max Quake, it should tank the Draco Meteor, or the Max Dragon. Yeah, we knock out that. This thing's strong. This Durant Life Orb Hustle is just like so strong. Oh, we got a critical hit. I don't think it mattered. Creamy doesn't have the best physical defense in the world, if I'm not mistaken. And again, this Durant is broken. Durant is broken. Hustle Life Orb stuff is broken. We are going to see the Max Whirlwind. So that is going to lower my attack with my... Ooh, that still did a decent amount of damage though. But that's fine. I could fake out whatever's coming in, and I could always just Max Quake it as well to gain a Spadef boost. So I think it's pretty fine. My opponent really can't touch the Durant here, which is really nice. Dragon Pole gonna come out. Ooh, good play from my opponent. I don't know if it has Phantom Force or not, because I kind of want to go for Max Steel Spike. Probably not got the Dragapult. I'm gonna go. I think I'll risk Pelipper here. Yeah, I'll risk Pelipper here. Because I have no idea if you actually brought Tyranitar in the back now. But I don't want to risk Fire Blast into my Durant knocking it out. And I still think Max Steel Spike would actually knock out the Durant, if I'm not mistaken. So I'll go Pelipper here. If Phantom Force comes out, not a bad thing for me. It's not like the worst case scenario, because I could probably knock out the Dragapult the following turn. But yeah, we're going to see the U-turn actually come out. Ooh, wait. It's Tyranitar. I Max Steel Spike that slot. And we confirmed it's physical Dragapult and it's Life Orb too. Okay. So this Max Steel Spike is going to be huge. Like really huge. Yeah, it's going to be Tyranitar. This should go down to Max Steel Spike, I think. Even if I'm -1, even if it doesn't, it's like at the end of the world for me. I got a big amount of damage to that Tyranitar. So here goes the Max Steel Spike. Yeah, I just blow back that Tyranitar. Beautiful. Alright, nice. I get the defense boost with our Pokemon, which doesn't really matter in this case. I'm pretty sure Pelipper's going down, though, to a Max Dragon. But that's fine. Yeah, Max Dragon going to come out once again into that slot. I do want to go my Ludicolo here, I feel like. Actually, I should have probably went Hydreigon and you turned out the Duraludon. No, that was the better play. Going Hydreigon was the better play. Because I have no guarantee that the Dragapult's going to stay in this turn. I guess we'll go for Max Quake here into Duraludon. Because I'll get the chip anyway. I think I'm going to go for an Ice Beam. Should I just double up the Duraludon? Yeah, because you're gonna Max Dragon my Ludicolo slot for sure, or a U-turn actually, huh? Not what I expected. Okay, but that's fine. I mean, I guess no, attacking making sense there because you don't get locked into anything. Get a Max Quake off into the Duraludon slot, which isn't gonna do too much. Yeah, that doesn't do too much. I'm going to be taking a good amount of damage. At least I got my Spadef boosted, but let's see if it's Policy. It's not weakness Policy, actually. Okay, that's good. We are going to see a Max Dragon come out. They crit me. There's no way it did that much, even with this. Yeah. Come on. Really? Really? Well, that's annoying. I want to say if it's not Policy, I'm assuming it's Assault Vest. I want to say my best play is actually just to Iron Head the Duraludon and flinch it. Yeah. Because I'm going to go down to Life Orb. I can't knock out the Duraludon one hit. I'm going to need flinches in the Duraludon, I think. So I'll Dark Pulse because I know that you're just going to double my Hydreigon slot. So the best play is to take a knockout here, guaranteed. And then I go for the Iron Head. Hope I hit and then flinch the Duraludon. Or I could have went for the crit option, I guess. I do a decent amount. We do feint to the life orb. Man, we had the game locked too, I think, if my opponent didn't crit me. Draco does connect. You hate to see it sometimes. Yeah, that's unfortunate. I think we had it locked too. Without that crit, I'm pretty sure I just got 2 Stomping Tantrums into that slot and I would have been able to pretty much pick up a win. I guess I would have still had to guess a 50-50 because the Dragapult probably had, like, maybe Dragapult would be inclined to protect potentially. But, like, yeah, that's just frustrating because I boosted my Spadef for a reason. And I felt like I would have been in a pretty good spot. Like, if that crit didn't happen, like, I had multiple options. Like, I could have Earth Power Stomping Tantrum that slot, the Durant slot instead, because I would have been healthy with the Durant. I would have had my defense boost, and I'm pretty sure that I would knocked out the Dragapult with an Iron Head, or at least 2 Iron Heads. I probably took 2 attacks as well. And if you're Phantom Forcing 1, you're taking like a bit more of the sand damage as well as the Life Orb chip, and you weren't going to do too much to my Durant at +1. So yeah, that's kind of frustrating. There was one play I think I could have made better, and sending in Ludicolo immediately was really bad, I think, right there. I think what I should have done was just hard U-turn out. I should have sent out Hydreigon and U-turn into Ludicolo. U-turned into the Rowdon, get in my Ludicolo and sack it. The reason I think that's the better play is because of the fact that I think I would have conditioned the Protect from the Dragapult if my opponent decided to go for it. Or at least, like, I reveal that I'm Scarf and I play a mind game with my opponent afterward, and I think I would have been in a pretty decent spot afterward. Because, like, then I could have... Because I think it was just better than, like... Because I could have forced a Protect situation and forced maybe my opponent to get a double Protect, or just double up the Durant in general as my opponent attempts to get double Protect, or something, right? Instead, what I did was, like, I gave my opponent a chance to knock out the Ludicolo. I wasn't able to knock out the Dragapult at that range, and then I was in a pretty poor position there. So, hope everyone enjoyed today's episode of VGC 2020 Back to Battles, though. If you did enjoy it, please leave a like down below, show support, as well as you can leave a like down below, share it with your friends, and leave a comment down below. Did I even leave the comment question for today? I do not think I did, because I was a bit shocked by the DC. So, today's comment question is going to be, which of the weathers do you prefer the most in this format so far? We got rain, we got sand, we got hail, which, you know, hail has still been, like, even though, like, there's not a full hail team or, like, something that abuses, like, Slush Rush, I think that's the ability what it's called. I mean, we've seen Vanillux quite frequently, actually, because of Aurora Veil. We've seen Ice Shard with weakness policy strategy, so... And we also see sand, rain, and sun actually quite a lot. So let me know which weather you prefer in VGC 2020. But otherwise, I think that's pretty much it for today. You can check out the team down below in the description if you do want to try it out. If you want to go an extra mile to support my content, there is my Patreon page as well as my Twitch channel you can check out. Thank you to everyone who's been supporting me on the YouTube channel and all the other platforms. But until we bow again, have a great day, people. Until we bow again, I'll catch y'all later.